Hello, welcome to this video about trademarkings, where I'm going to talk to you about why you should trademark your business and what are the benefits of trademarking your business. I'm Robert Bohai, and my channel is about investing and entrepreneurship, pretty much building cash flow through entrepreneurship and investing that in the stock market to build wealth. So welcome, follow me, let's get into this. Now, real quick, what is a trademark? And what is the difference between a patent and a copyright? Okay? So, a trademark is when you have, let's say, a logo, a brand, a business name, a mark of commerce, and you want to have exclusive rights over it, exclusive protection, meaning that it belongs to you and nobody else has a right. And once you go through that process and you get your trademark, the US government actually helps you protect the integrity of your brand, allowing for nobody else to be able to register a brand identical or even similar to yours, especially with the same name or the same characteristics. And that's a trademark. A trademark is not a patent. A patent has to do with inventions, like a service or a product or a machine. And a copyright has to do more with creative works, like a song, a poem, literature, maybe even art and designs. However, a trademark is specifically a mark, a brand, a logo that is used to identify your business or your product or your service, and it's unique. It's going to be on all your packaging because that signals to the general public that it's you and that it's yours. So let's get into this video where I'm going to share with you a little bit about the process on trademarking. Okay, now first of all, I'm going to tell you I am not affiliated to the USPTO, and this is not legal advice, so don't take it that way. This is just for education, information, and maybe entertainment, but more education and information, all right? Now look, this right here is a certificate of trademark. So basically, the USPTO sent me this. Now this brand right here, it belongs to me. This is my brand. And if you look at it, it is going to tell you that this brand under these services registered to this person at this address under these class of goods is protected. Nobody can take that name and use it for the services that I am offering. Now, how does this process start? Okay, usually it starts with an application that you submit to the trademark office, but there's actually a lot to do before you even get there. In reality, the process should start when you're designing your brand, because many people commit the mistake of designing a brand and they didn't look at who else has that brand or if anybody else has registered a brand or a name similar to it and has federal protection. Now, trademarks can come in the form of global protection, federal protection, or state protection. And then there's other things like DBAs, like fictitious business name statements, where you register those at your county. Now, that is not a trademark, okay? That does not give you exclusive use of your business name or your brand, only a trademark. Now, at the beginning, a search needs to be done, a deep search, to make sure that you're not going to steal somebody else's brand or infringe. Sometimes you didn't mean to do it, just somebody had already thought about that before you did. And that's the crux of it, okay? Now, let's get into a few applications that I've done for clients of mine to go through the process and give you some expectations to what you're going to go through and what the process feels like and looks like. Also, I'm going to give you some information about how the industry usually goes about trademarks. So let's get into that. Okay, for this first example, behind me here, I have Panchito El Sobador, which is a healer, massage therapy specialist, okay? But his brand is in Spanish, And this is going to be the first example. So let's get into it. Okay, so Panchito obviously has a logo and he has his business, and he didn't want nobody to infringe in his brand. As a matter of fact, there were some people already claiming to be him and offering the services, because that's what people do. So here I have his application, and you all might be familiar with the USPTO. You should go to uspto.gov and look at the process. Now, if you look at the process, you will notice that it starts with an application, and then specimens get submitted, like copies of the brand, and then it goes through an examination. And after an examination, they issue a letter, an official letter. It's called a non-final action response letter. Usually this response letter is going to look like that and say non-final action. This response letter is going to give you the first clue at whether your mark can be registered and accepted, or if there's a conflicting mark or conflicting issues. And the examiner is going to address those issues in that letter. Now, the person that examines this application, it's a federal trademark attorney. And they will release comments, and they'll let you know. This is where you're going to find out if you should proceed or you should let it go. In the next examples, I'm going to show you trademarks belonging to artists or businesses or producers producing for the artists. In this next example, I'm going to show you the trademark application to the producer handling the production for this influencer that has millions of followers online. So if you're an influencer or you're doing services for influencers and you have a brand, you could also consider protecting it. Now I'm going to show you how to search a brand, okay? You come here to the USPTO website and you look for the part where it says searching trademarks. So the place where you search the trademark is going to look something like this, and then you enter the name and you search it. Once you search it, it's going to come out. This brand is called Brain Mad. Now notice how this one's just a word mark. It doesn't have a logo, but it's Brain Mad. Now let's go search the status of the process. So you're going to need the serial number, because when you file an application, you get a serial number and you use that serial number to track your application. You come back to the section where you get your documents, you enter it, and you hit search, and it comes up, okay? There's the mark. Now, if we go to the documents, you can see that this one, it already has a whole bunch more of action. And its final action, where it's at right now, it had a notice of publication and OG publication confirmation. So what this means is that this application, it's gone through the entire review and it is now at a place where it can be registered. This next example, I'm going to give you the brand of another artist. This is a musician, a rapper with over 15 million views on some of his videos. It's like an up-and-coming artist, right? That's right there at the beginning of his career. Registered as trademark. The mark is very important. So I have it up here on the search, and we're going to hit search. And there it is, the brand, okay? So in the background right now, I'm going to be playing his video so you could understand that even as an artist, even as a YouTuber, even as a creative creator, you could actually register your trademarks, and you should register your trademarks, because that is the only way that you can have tangible evidence that that belongs to you. And if you're doing this for a business, this adds value to your business. I'm gonna just briefly cover it because I don't want to make the video too long, but let's go back to this 101 trademark basics video where I want to give you some real good knowledge as far as how to get your trademarks registered and own that intellectual property. So same story, we're gonna grab the serial number and go search the documents. Once again, I'm at the TSDR section of the USPTO where I can look up the documents, and we have the brand de California. We look for those documents, and this trademark went through a whole process. Now, as straightforward as the process can be, it has hiccups, and things need to get addressed almost in every application. There's hardly ever a perfect application. Issues do come up. Now, we can see that he went through all the steps right there, all the steps from review to check to corrections to submitting new proof of use, submitting new evidence, and finally getting a notice of publication, getting a notice of approval for opposition of publication. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about opposition of publication and how to get a hold of me to actually help you with your trademarks for free, okay? I'm willing to help you with your trademarks for free, but in exchange, we're going to make some videos out of it. Or if you want to keep it private, you can hire me for that too. So when you go through this process of trademarking, there's only 3 ways you could do it. You can do it yourself, which I don't recommend. It's a big learning experience. It takes a lot of time. It takes money. And if you really need to protect your brand, the worst thing is to start the process, not be able to go through it, and get a failure of registration and somebody else come and register the name before you can fix the issues, and now you lost your chance to protect the name of your company. So I don't recommend doing this alone if you haven't done it at all, okay? Unless you want to learn and you're not doing it on the brand that urgently needs to be protected. The other way, the other 2 ways, is you can hire an attorney, which is more expensive, or you can hire a non-attorney specialist, which is what I am, okay? And I'm basically an attorney as well, but I'm not an attorney at law registered in a bar to practice trademark law. I am what's called an attorney in fact, somebody you can hire to represent you, and in reality, I act as a trademarking specialist, a consultant. Now, these are going to be your options. Now, when it comes to trademark attorney, you're going to get what you pay for, okay? Because there's hardly there's lousy trademark attorneys, but there's hardly lousy trademark attorneys that are going to take your money and run, leave you hanging. Well, they might take your money and they might leave you hanging, but they're not going to try to burn you. They're going to be a good business opportunity if you make it happen, but they got a reputation to uphold. So they're going to be concerned that you could file something against them. So that's the protection of using a trademark attorney. Now, through the whole process of trademarking with an attorney, you're going to spend between $1,500 to $3,000, just depending the complexity of your trademark. So you have left specialists. Now, specialists on the cheap, they're going to start trying to get $400, $500 out of you. You're going to find these kind of ads on, before it was Craigslist, but you're going to find them online. A lot of these people are going to be in India. They're going to be in other countries. And even the ones that are here in the United States that are doing it for less than $800, it's sketchy, okay? It's sketchy because for a good specialist to do this, they need at least charge $800 to get their money's worth. And they're not making hundreds an hour, okay? They are charging a good trade-off for the value that they're giving you. But it takes a lot of work to do this. And then you're going to have the more expensive services that are going to be between $800 and $1,500. And usually you're going to get extra with this. They're going to consult you. They're going to explain things to you. They're going to teach you and show you how this brand relates to your business, how to grow it. So in reality, you get what you pay for, no matter if you pay a lot or you pay a little bit. But you do have to do your research, do your homework, and know where to go if it's your first trademark. The more trademarks you do, the more experience you will become. Again, you can hire me to do your trademark. I charge $150 for a consultation. And if you do end up hiring me to do your trademark, that consultation fee becomes a deposit on the trademark. Like I say, we can do it for free. I mean, like a free review of your trademark application, but I'm going to make a video out of it. If you're interested, my phone number's right there in the header. Reach out to me, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know your questions, and look forward for the next videos that I'll be doing on trademarking, LLCs, and incorporations. I'm Robert Bohai, and I'll catch everybody on the next video.